Not bad.
It was a close fight. There were 2 knockouts, but one it looked like a bit of a head, but what's still.
Now listen, to be fair, looking at them both on television, I didn't think either of them were knockdowns. The first one was definitely a head clash.
Dave Coldwell tells lies.
Yeah, the first one was a head clash. The second one, I think Martin slipped on the advertising audience on it, and the ref counted it, but I don't believe that the judge scored it as a knockdown. So really, there was only one knockdown that was scored. Without the knockdowns, I thought it was a very, very close fight. Each round depends on what you like, depends on what you see, to be honest.
What did you think of the fight actually?
I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it.
The first fight was brilliant.
Yeah, I thought there were a few good fights in there. And what prize fight is about, you know. It's not about people going in there being technical and trying to pickle it. It's about kids going in there and slugging it out and being entertaining. And that's what it was. I thought it was a good prize fight.
Alright, so could you give me a reaction on Tony Bellew versus Nathan Cleverly?
Yeah.
Finally he's got revenge.
Yeah, that's it. It took 3 years to get the fight on and to exercise that ghost, so to speak. So yeah, we're happy. Myself and Tony and all the team, we're over the moon with it. Over the moon to get it out of the way and move forward now. Sit down.
To be honest, the fight never lived up to expectation, did it?
There's nothing that we can do about that.
Yeah.
Did Tony take a step backwards? Did Tony not throw any punches? No, he was the one that was throwing the punches, was going forwards. You know, he was the one that was working the body to take Coldwell's legs away, and that's what happened. You know, and when a guy shuts up shop, you can't do anything about it. You know, listen, I'm not being funny, but the fight wasn't as bad as what people initial reactions was. A lot of people said to me, you know what? When we went back, watched it on video, because a lot of people in the arena loved it. Everybody was in the arena. The atmosphere was great. I've never had one person slag it off that was in the arena. But people that watched it on telly and watched a long show that had got a lot of different points decision wins on it. It was a long show going on, and then by the time it comes to the main event, they wanted a bit of, it's just going to be terrible, and it wasn't. So they're pissed off, and that's what's happened. But the people that just watched that fight have said, is that what everyone's picking up about? I'm not being funny. The week after, the fights that were on that show after weren't that great.
That's what I was just about to come on to.
So this is it. You can put fights together, but you can't control what happens when the bell goes.
Yeah. So when Tony Bellew said he was exhausted after the fight, what did he mean by that?
Exhausted?
He said he felt a bit exhausted.
Yeah, mentally, there's a lot of...
You know what?
I thought we had it.
You're picking him, man. You're picking him, baby.
See, Johnny Nelson. He thought we would. No, listen. Remember, everybody in fight we were saying Bellew's having a meltdown. He's going to pieces. He's going to come out like a lunatic. But it doesn't. He concentrated that much on keeping his emotions in check. That kind of mentally drained him a little bit. There's a lot of pressure on that. And what you don't understand is both for him and Coldwell. The minute you make a fight pay-per-view, there's so much more pressure on the fighters. It's unbelievable. So much more than on a Saturday fight night show, because nobody wants to do pay-per-view. Fans, so they're all slagging off because it's pay-per-view. The pressure then goes on the fighters. The media that's following around, they can't put anything on TV without seeing the faces on there. That's a lot of pressure. Yeah. So mentally, it drains you a little bit.
Alright, could you just clear up the accusations of Tony Bellew going to Hollywood to film?
Accusations?
Is it true?
Accusations about it. It is what it is.
True. Can you confirm what film it would be, or?
I think Tony mentioned it in press conference. I think. Yep. Straight after the fight.
I weren't there, to be honest.
I think it is, but my memory's not 100% clear. But he is out in America at the moment, so it is happening. It's going to be big.
Alright, will there be a Tony Bellew vs Nathan Cleverly 3?
No, I can't see it.
No?
I can't see it unless Cleverly comes back, looks like a monster, beats everybody, and it's for a world title, then maybe, but I can't see it because it was one-sided, that fight, and it was clear, so there's no point for a rematch.
Right, could you give me a prediction next week? Amir Khan, Devin Ali.
Yeah, Khan, point.
Right, Matt Kabarov versus Andy Lee.
Andy Lee.
Yeah, I've spoken to Darren Barker and he goes Matt Kabarov wins.
It's a big ask for Andy. It is a big ask. Cobrow's not as good as what they hoped him to be, and I'm working Andy's corner, so I'm not going to say Coldwell family. No, listen, Adam Booth's done a great job on Andy for this fight, and he's very happy in the way that Andy's looking. Andy looks in physically in a great shape as well, so it's going to be a good fight, and I think Andy can pull this off. See what happens.
Finally, can I get your thoughts on Martin Murray versus Golovkin?
Yeah, I like Martin Murray. Lovely kid. He knows what's in front of him, and he knows how tough a fight is, and him and Oliver will work a game plan to put that into effect. But Golovkin's a beast, a different animal, and he's not just a slugger, so it's a very tough ask.
What do you think of it being on terrestrial TV?
Great. Listen, any boxing that's on terrestrial TV is fantastic. You can't say anything other than that, to be honest. It's brilliant, especially something like a Golovkin on terrestrial TV. It'll bring more people outside the box to watch the sport.
Do you believe it'll break records? Probably not.
When he said break records,
break record on terrestrial TV, the viewings.
Like Ben Eubank numbers. That's what I'm saying. If you're talking about breaking records, you're looking at back in the days of ITV. You Ben Eubanks, Carnes, your people, Bruno's. Do them numbers. It's going to do good numbers because it's on terrestrial TV, which is great. More people that watch boxing, the better.
How was your show after the Tony Bellews week?
It was alright, yeah, it was good. It was a good show. Some exciting fights and great atmosphere, and another win for Robbie Davis Jr. as well. And, it was good.
So what are you up to now after this? The next week, Christmas?
Monday morning I fly out to Vegas. So I'm out there all week. As I say, Andy Lee Saturday. And then December 20th I've got Tom Knight boxing at Hull. Tomorrow I can't be there, but tomorrow I've got the Smash Show boxing. So yeah, there's still a few things in motion before the end of the year.
Alright, thank you for giving me a real boxing.
Cheers mate, thanks for your time.